Today we're going to talk about misplaced and dangling modifiers. So it's important for us to place modifiers as close as possible to the words they modify in order to make the meaning of the sentence clear. A lot of times the misplaced dangling modifiers, that's what sort of makes sentences funny. You know, it's how you end up with a t-shirt that has a sentence on it. Okay. So a misplaced modifier would be an example like this. Leaves floated gently down onto the lawn with dazzling autumn colors. It sounds like the lawn has the dazzling autumn colors when in reality it's the leaves. So we got to scooch that over and put it closer to the item that's being modified. So leaves with dazzling autumn colors floated gently down onto the lawn is the clearer sentence. Another example, the big truck just missed a cat roaring down the road. Now we've got the cat roaring down the road, which isn't what's happening. So you got to move the phrase toward the item being modified. So roaring down the road, the big truck just missed the cat. That makes it more clear. Trying to get it. Okay, let's look at a couple of other examples. So there are some other ways that you could correct a misplaced modifier. You could replace it or create a subordinating clause. That's where you start usually with like a who, who's, whom, which, or that, or you might have like a participle, you know, something like that. So doing her homework, the cat distracted Maya. It makes it sound like the cat was doing her homework. Wouldn't that be nice? So instead, you want to make it more clear by creating that subordinate clause using who. So the cat distracted Maya, who was doing her homework. Okay, now we understand that Maya was the one doing her homework. No, we don't have cats doing our homework. Or you could say doing her homework, comma, Maya was distracted. Notice now it's nice and close, and that makes it clear. Another misplaced modifier, replacing the old shingles, the barking dog frightened the roofer. Again, now that clause is too close to dog and it makes it sound like the dog is the one replacing the shingles. So you could say the barking dog frightened the roofer who was replacing old shingles. That works. Or you got to move the roofer in the right place, right? So replacing the old shingles, the roofer was frightened by the barking dog. Now that makes it's clearer, but it also makes it have what's called passive voice, which makes it wordy. So I certainly like the middle one better. Anyway, moving on. Okay, and then a dangling modifier does not logically modify any word in the sentence in which it appears, and you would correct a dangling modifier by supplying a word that can be modified by the dangling phrase. Ooh, that's a lot of words. Let's see what that means, okay? So following, try it again. Following the trail closely, the herd of elephants was located. We're missing something there, right? So we need to know who is following the trail closely. That's what we need to supply. So following the trail closely, the naturalist located the herd of elephants. Aha, that makes sense. Or the naturalist located the herd because they followed the trail closely. Now we created that little subordinating clause and voila, it works well. Another dangling one, after working so hard, the test seemed easy. What's working hard? We're confused. After working so hard, I found the test easy, would make it more clear. Okay, hopefully you understand the gist of this. And let's take a peek at what that will look like in your quiz. So here's your instructions. It once again gives you some explanation, and then at the bottom it gives you what you're supposed to do. So you're given two sentences and you choose the one sentence that has the modifier bolded, which is bolded, has it used correctly. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Okay, so here are my two sentences. Before leaving on Friday, hors d'oeuvres will be available for the workshop participants, or hors d'oeuvres will be available for the workshop participants before leaving Friday. So basically the question is, who or what's leaving Friday? Is it the hors d'oeuvres, which is food, or is it the participants? Probably the participants, because food can't just get up and walk out, hopefully. And then you just move on. And hopefully you'll be able to answer all of these really easily and quickly. If you have questions, don't forget to check in with me. Have a great week.